You're watching Weekend at Gabe's and I'm Weekend Gabe. This latest episode was brought to you by the good folks over at the Ghetto Flower. Use our code W at G for an exclusive 15% discount when visiting their site. Tell them I sent you. Now enjoy the show. Yo, broadcasting live to you and yours. It's Weekend Gabe holding you down on Weekend at Gabe's. Thank you for joining us tonight for episode 132, The Return of Tim Barnes. It's going to be a huge show. We're going to talk about his new Comedy Central online anime, Maurice on Mars, and also get into a little Star Wars stuff. You might have noticed what's going on tonight. It's going down in a major way. So thank you for joining us and locking in with us. We got a big show, and also don't forget to follow us on these socials at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe's, at The Real Sam Crane, and The Ghetto Flower. And speaking of Sam Crane, from undisclosed location on Chicago's north side, how are you, sir?
I am doing great, and my tiny Pez Darth Vader is doing even better than that, Weekend Gabe.
Is there any Pez in there?
All day on this. There's not, but I do have refills right here. So don't think I don't got it on me. You know, I'm never far from the Pez on this side, my friend. I am excited. I cannot lie. One of our funniest and most favorite guests we've ever had on the show in Tim Barnes joining us.
Huge fan.
To talk about his new show, which is absolutely hilarious. But also to dive in and nerd out with us. And you know me, we do a lot of rap on this show. We do a lot of music. It gets a little serious at times. It's always good to break it up and nerd the fuck out for a little while. So we're going to get into a little bit of that. And also, Gabe, not to drop a Weekend at Gabe exclusive, but tonight we have a brand new segment entitled Music Shots. And we are debuting it tonight.
Let's go.
Edited by the guy with the best hair on this show, Weekend Gabe. And it's just going to be a good vibe, man. I am buzzing for this one.
Yo, I was buzzing while I was trying to edit that video. It was I had to really like.
Yeah, I'm really gonna lie. I mean, we're going to talk about all this later, but taking 6 shots or 8 shots or whatever it was on an empty stomach, I have no idea how you drove home. I have no idea.
Sam's like, "Are you sure you're okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good."
I was like, if we wait 20 more minutes, he's not going to be okay. So he got to get on the road now. You know. Anyways, don't drink and drive, America. We're going to talk about all this later, but for now, Weekend Gabe, it is time to get into America's favorite news segment. It's not news that Anderson Cooper gives a shit about. Jake Tapper hasn't covered it in weeks. But there is one man who covers the news, brought to you by the Ghetto Flower, so that you don't have to, and his name is Weekend Gabe, and that's why it's news that only Weekend Gabe cares about.
All right, today TPain made a little bit of noise when he jumped on DJ Academic's Twitch show and said that Tupac Shakur would get washed by today's rappers.
I believe the quote was eaten the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to argue the point that it's probably true. I mean, we don't know, but it's probably true. And the truth behind it is that anyone who has actually listened to a Tupac record and rhymed Hennessy with enemies at least 3 times on each album, you would notice that Tupac had a limited vocabulary, and also his rhyme pattern wasn't really complicated in any form. But you know, I don't know if this is news, but it always brings out the Tupac stands, which makes things always interesting and fun.
You see, when I pitched you this story for news, I was sure that the Tupac stan and you would jump right out. But you took a different route. We agree on something for once, isn't that? Look at us. Look at that.
Hit the air horn for that. There you go.
Yeah, what's going on?
It's like telling you. It's like telling your girlfriend she's right. You know, like you got to. Or her telling you you're right.
Yeah, you gotta savor those moments for sure.
Absolutely. But no, I think that I'm not upset at the take. I'm cool with that. But I also think that Tupac would have evolved into more of a actor than the rap shit. I don't think he would have gave a fuck about the rap shit if he was like 50 years old.
As long as we're on Star Wars for the night, did you know? You may not have known this, Weekend Gabe. Tupac was in line to play Mace Windu in 1999's The Phantom Menace.
Is this true?
This is dead, honest to God truth. Samuel L. Jackson was second on the list, and
They were gonna
Tupac
put.
had agreed to play Mace Windu for the
That's
release
crazy.
of the prequel series.
I did not. I had no idea. It almost sounds like something out of The Onion. I
No,
can't even believe it.
I swear on everything that is holy to me that this is true. You can look this up. It is a rap fact. Yeah, because I mean, a big movie like that, they get started with their contracts early. So by the time he died, what was that, 90, 96, 95?
96, yeah. September
Yeah,
96.
by the time he died in 96, they had already started the paperwork in 95, or late 95.
You think George Lucas handpicked Tupac to play Mace Windu?
I don't know if handpicked is the word. He certainly was at the audition, as far as we know.
Yeah, if there's an audition tape of Tupac waving around a lightsaber, my God, that needs to be released like yesterday. I need that in my life.
I don't think it would be a waving around of a lightsaber, but you're just going to get Tupac on the Jedi Council, in a chair. Tupac opposite puppet Yoda is really the chemistry that we need in our lives. You know what I'm saying? So to get back to the point here, I don't disagree with you. I think the acting would have taken off for him, and we might have seen Tupac playing Nick Fury in the MCU for all we know.
Big facts, yeah.
So
I would have loved to see. I'm sorry, I had to backtrack because I know that the TPain is why we're here. However, I have to imagine Tupac being like, "Yo, we about to go tear these Sith bastards up. Let's roll the fuck out." And
Mace Windu definitely survives episode 3 if he's played by Tupac.
Oh yeah, big deal. Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson deceased. I'm sorry, I don't care what you say, Sam. You're dead.
No,
Tupac, he would have survived. He definitely would have survived.
It's one of those other Jedi Knights that no one gives a shit about that sits on the council. That they would have been the one to go into Palpatine's office to confront him and to get thrown out of a window. It would have been Tupac, not Tupac Windu. Not on this timeline. Never. Tupac would have survived. But yeah, TPain did no lies told. But shout out to everyone making noise about this because there's never a good time not to drag Tupac out of his grave or out of a hologram stage. Either way, he's getting dragged out.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep
for profit.
Exactly. All right, let's keep it moving before we get to Tim Barnes in a few minutes. But this next one is the latest TikTok trend that is taking over families and making things awfully funny for the internet. An alarming TikTok trend sees parents ask kids to help them fight. Listen, I know my kids are about it. The oldest, listen, he's not nice with the hands, but he has a lot of heart. And sometimes that's all you need when the shit goes down. But the baby, let me tell you, he got hands. He's rolling with it. Yeah. But I just don't. I as much as we're gonna get to some clips and they're funny, but also I don't like this. But
I mean, it's like as much as you want your kids to be tough, like how much do you really want them to have the same energy from that one scene in the town? I'm not sure. But yeah, let's get into some clips. I want to see what you dragged up here.
All right, let's get to
before we get banned off of Twitch for playing somebody else's TikTok.
Put your shoes on because I gotta go fight someone's Thea. So I need you to come with me in case you have to fight her nephew. Okay?
I can't.
Why not?
Today?
Yeah.
He said today.
Is that okay?
Is it no?
No, I have to fight someone's Thea.
This Thea?
No, someone else's Thea.
Someone else's Thea?
Yeah. So I need you to help me fight in case she brings her nephew. I need you to fight him.
I can't.
Why not?
Let me go to Target.
Let's go to Target.
Sonali, I need you to go put your shoes on right now.
Why?
Because I'm about to go fight somebody and I need you to fight their daughter if I'm fighting somebody.
Her face
melts. Absolute melts. Listen, these kids don't want no smoke. They don't want that. Leave these kids alone.
My favorite one that I saw of these was the kid was super down. You know, they were like, go put your shoes on. I gotta go fight somebody. And the kid says, say less. And they just walks away.
There was another one where the daughter's like, she's like, let me get this right. Like, you got fucked up, but now you want me to go with you to also get fucked up.
I can't be, if my kid pulls that excuse out, I can't be mad at all. Because that's a pimp decision. It's like, it seems like you have beef, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I also have beef. You know, like,
yeah, no.
That's top notch. Top
No.
notch.
All right, stop this trend, parents. Do better. All right, that's news that only Gabe cares about. Brought to you by the good folks over at the Ghetto Flower. Use our coupon code W@G for 15% off on all purchases of $50 or more today. Thank you for watching the latest episode of Weekend at Games on YouTube, brought to you by the Ghetto Flower. Make sure to also click on the links in the description for more information to our guests and access to exclusive new music from the Ghetto Flower and so much more. Make sure to also like and subscribe to the show, and also continue to share, support, and show love by clicking on any of the links surrounding my head. Thanks for watching.